Okay.
Yeah, if you created the event in YouTube, it should like auto populate. There it is. You got the watermark.
Okay.
You should probably mute that. Same feedback.
Well, this is another issue,
Yeah,
right?
if you created the event in YouTube, it should like auto populate there.
All right, we're not going to be watching YouTube. That's going to be somebody else, and that doesn't affect us.
Right.
That's going to be Array.
No, the issue I was talking about with the feedback was, you know, if you have presenter A in Chicago and presenter B in Philadelphia, and presenter B is talking on Zoom and it's coming out through the house sound system in Chicago, you got to make sure that that guy's muted until he goes to talk.
Right.
And there's a way to automate that in some of the
Yeah,
streaming softwares and stuff.
Right, but I mean, so I'm running a meeting. I can do that. I can mute.
Yes,
I can mute. It's
totally.
two presenters.
Yeah, you can switch back and forth.
I can switch back.
Right, and you just let them know that there's not going to be a lot of back and forth. Like it's hard to do that.
Well,
Like they can't talk over each other like you normally would in the conversation. You know what I mean? They can't both be chattering along together and expect that there's not going to be some kind of problem, unless your house AV guy figures out a way to route audio on site such that the house mics are not picking up the Zoom feed. Because usually what happens is that laptop with the, you know, that's playing Zoom in the room, not only do you have to get video up to the projector, but you also have to get audio out to the house sound system, right? If they're trying to have some interaction with.
this is where I think we're getting confused, because the audio, we're taking the audio from the speaker.
Right.
We don't have to take Zoom. What we do during the Q&A.
During the Q&A, that's what I mean. That's where you start to run into, you know, complexity.
Right, but during the Q&A, there's no reason for Zoom for us to need. Yeah,
It's two-way, right? Apparently,
it's two-way. Yeah,
it's
that's
two-way.
That's the issue.
So unless everyone has headphones on,
Right.
and is watching the Zoom meeting on their phones, which you don't want to do, you're going to need a way to get that Zoom meeting into the house sound system and the house projector. And that's where your audio engineer is going to have to, or you can just mute manually. That's fine.
I could, and then we'd, and I can control, like I can, well, I don't, that'd be too complicated. I mean, I can mute all the other.
Everybody when one person's talking, yeah.
I can mute everybody, or I mean, I can make it impossible for people in the other, but that's my person too.
Well, I was going to say though, if you're here managing the Zoom, you can do that with the Zoom, but you're not on site in Philly and Chicago manually muting. Just because you mute on your end doesn't mean that the presenter's computer, which also is playing Zoom to the projector, then doesn't output sound.
It's not. It's not, right? That's we said that it's not. I mean, you're going back to the idea of this all being up at the podium, which I don't think is.
Which doesn't matter where it is. If it's next to the audio board and the camera and it's all right there,
yeah,
it makes it easier.
Right, but it doesn't. But what you're saying doesn't make sense, because that's all coming into Zoom. The only thing that's coming out of Zoom for sound is the Q&A.
Right.
So then, if I'm muting one, let's call them participant, one participant or the other,
right?
How's that getting into the sound system?
Well, so let's assume that you're here and you mute it. His microphone in the room is not muted. The only thing that's muted is his input into Zoom, which should solve the problem of the feedback.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, as long as you're on the case but that's the thing, not being on site, it's hard to know when the person's going to talk, and there's always a bit of a delay, and you know.
Yeah, true. But that's the problem. I mean, Jeff had, let me text him and get him back on, because I did this with him. Where people were able to hear me and I was able to hear them.
Well, Zoom is pretty good about canceling out, self-canceling out audio most of the time. Yeah, look, okay, you got your PowerPoint there.
Why is it there? Oh, it's
Because
you
it's
switched
on here, I just switched full screen.
Oh, okay, and that's what that would look like.
Yeah. Which is cool, because now if you, well, you don't have a slide to advance, but if you did, you could be advancing slides and yeah, there's nothing, there's no border, there's nothing. So that's nice.
Why is it? It's showing me YouTube.
No, that's your PowerPoint full screen. Because this is your camera, this is your webcam in Zoom now.
Right.
So you don't have to share your screen.
What I'm saying is that if we go to YouTube, we can go full screen presenter, he goes to the slide,
Yep.
you talk to the slide.
Or I think you can do something like that. Yeah, there it is. And then
Yeah.
I forget how you do it, but. There it is. And you can put it wherever you want.
Right. And that's the ATM mini method. That's not terrible. But I
Okay,
mean, it's
okay.
almost. Hey, Jeff, it's almost better. You can turn that off, right?
It's off button.
Off.
Yeah.
So simple, I can't even use it. So Jeff, you see my screen?
Yep. You're going between graphic and, so what's making the graphic?
So in this setup, we have two laptops. We're saying that the laptop with the slide
Okay,
is the one that's feeding the projector.
okay. And you can switch it on to Zoom as well.
It's running into the A10.
Oh, okay, got it.
And of course, we can do that if we wanted to.
So are you using an HDMI splitter so that you can send it two ways?
No. No,
So-
we've got the PowerPoint computer running into the A10 as a separate feed.
Okay,
That's kind of what you were talking about yesterday. You backed away from that, but what was your reasoning?
I don't know. Oh, because I just hadn't worked it all out in my head yet. So no, that's fine. So you have, but what's the one computer that's feeding the PowerPoint to the projector all the time?
Mm-hmm.
How are you routing that? How, I don't understand how the wires are set up.
So we'd have to get a splitter for that HDMI feed.
Okay, so you would have an HDMI splitter with one of them going to the projector or the AV people, and one of them going
Lost it now.
to the ATEM.
Doesn't like that cable. I mean, I think it's just that it's the output. Those things are just the worst. I did grab my laptop with the HDMI out if you want to try that. But
No, not if I can help it. Nothing. Oh, okay. It's back.
yeah, don't touch it.
Yeesh, all right.
That's a cap right there.
Well, I mean, if I can rent, I guess I could rent Max. That's another logistic thing.
With PowerPoint.
That's
It
pretty.
doesn't have to
common.
be a Mac. It just has to have PowerPoint and an HDMI out, which most,
Right,
professional PCs have.
right. Well, and then, but it's also likely instead of renting, this computer would be what Plexus brings.
Mhm.
So we'd have to have that conversation with Kim. Jeff,
Yes.
here's our next problem. When we did that shoot in Orange County, you know, with the
Yeah.
pediatric cancer,
Yep.
how were you managing like the communication? Because they could hear me, I could hear them, but there wasn't any feedback going on. How did that work?
I need to go ask Becky if we gave them IFBs in their ear, but I don't think we did. I've done this a number of times, and even with speakers blasting, we have had zero feedback issues. I think Zoom automatically squelches it out and doesn't allow feedback somehow.
There is a setting in there, echo cancellation, that's pretty robust, that you can like
Yeah.
disable, but.
I mean, we have put IFBs in people's ears before which is we come out of the headphone output and we just put little earpieces in their ear, but they aren't
Right,
hearing themselves. So that's Zoom is already taking care of it.
Yeah, the audience has to hear too, though. So the IFBs aren't going to work. You know, we're going to be running into a sound system. And I mean,
Right. So I don't think you'll have a problem coming out of the headphone out on the laptop and feeding that to the audio board. You follow what I'm saying? Just come out of headphone out on the computer and go to the audio board to run it into the PA system.
right. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be an issue.
You don't think it'll be?
Well, I mean,
we should try it.
Well, how are we going to try that? I mean, I run
Well,
on
we're trying it right now in that. Our
I
camera
run
mic-
I run on external speakers all the time, and we have, you know, with multiple people at different locations, and we never have a feedback issue. And I have, you know, open mic on the talent constantly.
Right. Well, I mean, this is going to be an issue for you because we're not going two-way with you, but we are going two-way with you. So I'll be there, but we'll have to figure it out, you know, like, how comfortable do you feel with this?
As long as the sound person is with it too, it's like, as long as somebody just mutes the mic when, you know, so it doesn't create a feedback loop, which like he's saying, Zoom is pretty good. It's working now. I mean, it's not feeding back with this camera mic, so.
Can I minimize this? Yes, good.
I mean, the issue, the reason I said it was an issue is because we're not amplifying ourselves in the room like we would be if we were in a massive room with giant speakers. That's when it becomes a problem. But still, in theory, the Zoom echo cancellation should work.
Jeff, I'm going to send you this link. Do you have another device? Your phone would even work, just to see if you can see this.
Sure. I can do it on my phone, or yeah. Did you email? Oh, I see. You sent it. The live stream thing. Here,
No, I'm not seeing
I
anything.
might have to refresh it.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
what should I be seeing on it?
I wonder if our PowerPoint got out on us.
Oh, there you are. Live stream thing. Here.
That's
Okay.
that's our slide. Our slide keeps being squirrely. It's this cable that Jason, he stole this cable from me like 10 years ago. I've been missing it, and now it's back, and it kind of sucks, you know. It's like he not only borrowed it, but he effed it up. It was a really good cable at one point. That's our slide. Our slide keeps being squirrely.
Okay, so I'm seeing the Zoom, whatever I'm linked to, but it's super delayed. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And there's the slide back. He not only borrowed it, but he effed it up. It was a really good cable at one point.
like 20 seconds or so.
I mean, yeah, it's delayed like 15 or 20 seconds.
Okay, so I'm seeing the
That's
Zoom,
fine.
whatever I'm linked to, but it's super delayed. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And there's the slide back.
It's not far, but you have to.
So what do you think? Are we ready to talk to Kim?
I mean,
Not
yeah,
she's gonna jump on right away, but should I send her the Zoom link?
I don't know exactly what you guys are doing, but are you're using your ATEM switcher as the switcher, correct?
That's what we're doing right now, yeah.
Okay, and all you're gonna do is show her that you can switch between the slide and the live view, and that it's going out.
Right, but we also want to show her, well, here's a question. What happens if I go back to Zoom? Oh, Jeff, can you turn your camera on? Is your camera on?
Unless it just went dead. Hold on.
Why, it's not saying
My
Jeff.
camera is on.
You want to check your settings? Because it looks like in Zoom you have stop video maybe.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My fault. This one is my fault.
And then the question becomes. So now if we go back to YouTube, it's going to show both of us, right? So this was fine for the Q&A.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Now, okay. I'm sorry. I have a really stupid question probably, but what are you using? Is this coming over YouTube, and what are you using it for? The super delayed signal.
This is the whole point of this exercise is they want to stream this out to YouTube to expand their audience.
But the YouTube people aren't expected to be able to say or ask anything.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
So there's two things. So for what we're doing, Jeff, this is it, right? We're going to stream a signal out to YouTube and good to go. But on the two-way, we're going to have both cameras during the Q&A.
I get it. I get it now. That's what I thought.
So maybe the solution is because I can't seem to manipulate anything now in Zoom. I can't spotlight my camera. I can't hide self view, but I don't really want that.
Why never mind.
But if you, let me go to YouTube for a second. If you turn not your camera, but you turn on Zoom your video off, just do that.
Do you want it off, or I can go to my other camera? I can put
No,
it off.
I just
in
the Zoom meeting.
Got it. Okay,
No.
No.
In the Zoom meeting, the thing that you didn't have turned on, I want you to turn it off.
I did. I just turned off video.
I see you though.
You do?
There you go. For a second, I saw you went to your other camera. All right, so as long as the other site doesn't have their camera on in Zoom, and then, when we go to Q&A, then they would turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd have
turning
the camera back on.
You're talking turning the video on and off in Zoom, not the camera.
Correct. Sorry, I'm using the wrong language.
Okay. But yet doesn't it still say Jeff Freeman on the screen, even when I have my video stopped? Or
No,
you're not showing that?
Yeah, we're not, it doesn't show it. And that may be because I have not high non-video participants.
Okay.
But I mean, so that's something we can duplicate. And then if you turn it back on, so here comes Q&A.
Okay, so I'm back on. You should have it, right?
It's sort of popping in and out, but that's all right.
Oh,
Now
I
we
got it was popping in and out because I hit the button like 3 times.
All right, well, that's fine. And they gotta expect there's gonna be a little bit of something between two sites, right?
I can do it clean this time if you'd like me to just do it once. So you
All
can
right,
see.
let's see, Hot Shot. Let me see what you got.
So right now I'm showing that it's off. Does it turn off quickly? Is it off?
Well, I'm looking at the YouTube, so there's a 20-second
Okay.
delay, but just let me watch it and see what happens. Yep, perfect. It shows your name for a second, or we can correct that because we can rename you.
Right, exactly. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it
Yeah,
off.
could leave it blank, or could say Chicago, Portland,
Right.
Seattle, whatever the city is.
Right.
I'm sorry, Jeff, say that again?
I've restarted it now with one click. It should just pop up,
Pretty quick enough.
except I have it on the FaceTime one, which is my own fault.
That's fine.
Changing it to my external camera.
Excuse me. I think we should, it's almost 1, so I think we should try to get Kim on here. And I told her. I don't really want her to come on Zoom.
Why don't you do a speakerphone call with her and have her watch Zoom?
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
thinking.
may have her watch YouTube.
Yep. Do you want a salsa or anything? You thirsty?
Got a few. Is this your beer fridge here? That's your seltzer fridge.
It was my beer fridge until my son took it over. It's his personal little fridge for his cooking and stuff. Sometimes there's beer in there, but mostly it's crappy White Claws. So.
Oh. That's what the kids want to do.
I don't know. You know, I've never had a White Claw. I should do something. Hey, Kim.
Hey Chris, how's it going?
It's we're getting there. We're getting there.
So there's a delay?
Well, there's always a delay. It has to, it has to take the video signal and make it acceptable for YouTube. It just would be confusing because if I was trying to talk to you, there's like a 20-second delay on YouTube.
Okay.
I mean, if you have your volume turned up on YouTube, you'll hear this conversation about 20 seconds later.
Oh geez, get out, Rick. So wait, so when we're doing this, there won't be a 20-second delay from what they're seeing, or there will be?
Well, so remember, Kim, that the YouTube people, these are the people you're streaming to. This has nothing to do with the two sites interacting.
Okay.
These are just the people that are watching the stream.
Right, okay, that's
So,
right.
so they have really no perception of it being delayed.
Yeah, okay, that's right. So, and even when we do like Q&A, they're just watching participants.
Right, they're essentially watching what you're seeing now. So Jeff is in LA and MedX Media, you know where we are. So these are two cameras that are feeding into Zoom. The thing that we're trying that seems to be working the best is using a separate computer to run the PowerPoint for projection into the room.
Yeah.
But also we have that running into our switcher for Zoom so that we can go back and forth or put picture in picture. The weak spot right now is our connection.
Like in your home, so I like Jeff's tie, by the way.
That's Jeff. He has lost a lot of weight. I gotta tell
You
you.
have, you're not looking too good.
So, yeah, you have to hit
So
two.
so it's the connection in your home, like your wife?
No, it's the connection coming out of the, we came in here trying one. Oh, there it is. We came in here trying one scenario, which was everything running out of one laptop, and that didn't work. We discovered that was not workable because of the way PowerPoint and Zoom work, they weren't cooperating with each other.
Yeah,
So the second solution is that we have a second laptop that could be a Plexus laptop, or I could secure a laptop locally.
yeah, no, we had extra laptops we brought to meetings before. So, and then one of us would just be there advancing the slides, right?
Well, so this opens up the possibility that he could have the laptop at the podium. Because the way it's going to work is we're going to take a split of the signal going to the projector and run that into our switcher, which then runs it into Zoom. And I don't know if you're watching YouTube right now.
I am,
Can you see me in the corner up there?
I do.
Okay, so-
Jeff in the big window and then you in the upper right corner.
Right, so that's one option. That's like, Jeff, can you hide video again? By the way, this is just hide your, on Zoom.
I just stopped it.
Okay, again, Kim, there's a delay, so it's not gonna be,
Yeah, no problem.
it's not gonna be instant.
Yeah.
So I thought that this is, what you're seeing now is kind of Q&A. We probably wouldn't put slides up, but we could.
Yeah, no.
But it's either this during the meeting, which is window and slide, and we can put that slide in, that window in different places, we can move it around. Or we can just switch back and forth between full screen slide, full screen video. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. First, I'm going to let you see. There, I've moved it. You see that? So I'm going to turn this picture-in-a-picture thing off. And then you're just going to see the slide. And wait for it.
Okay.
All right, so here he's talking about a slide, and then he goes into, now again, our operator on site would then have to make those decisions. Like
Right.
he's not really talking about the slide anymore. I should show him. But
Yeah, so I think, again, just to confirm, this, right now, we are talking about people who are joining from their home, right?
correct.
Or are we also talking about people that may be in a second location?
No, and the second location, first of all, they're just getting the Zoom feed presented. So it will look the same, right? We would do the same thing. So they could see full screen slide or picture in picture. Or full screen slide or full screen video. That's what we're doing now. You see, I switched over to full screen video.
Yeah.
So I can go back and forth between this and the slide, or I can have picture in picture. And that's what the people in the other place would see. But now it's bringing up a good point that, then it's up to the camera operator to make decisions about when to go between full screen slide and.
Right, and I don't know, that's asking a lot. So what I'm wondering is, what about kind of the picture in picture during the presentation? And then when we're doing Q&A and discussion, then we have, full screen video.
Well, we would have full screen video, but it would, the way it's configured now, would be split, and that'll come up in a second. Jeff, you want to turn your camera back on? Because at this point, we're seeing people, right? We're seeing the questioners, or we're seeing the presenter.
Right.
Let me switch back, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And,
You just hold on a second.
all right,
Your video will come on.
so our thought was when we go to Q&A, we present this, so that wouldn't say Jeff Freeman, obviously, that would say Seattle or Portland or whatever it would say, right?
Oh, okay, and then the other side would be the other location.
Correct.
Okay, no, I love that. I think that's great. So hearing that now, and understanding, what you're saying about how, we would be relying upon the camera crew person to know when to switch back and forth between the presenter and the slide. I'm perfectly fine with the, little, I don't know, what do you call it?
Picture in picture, yeah. I mean, that's what you would get on Zoom anyway, right? You would.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay, that seems
Yeah.
like the safest bet. And then we got it down to a switcher that we have to provide and maybe some cables, although some of the AV companies will have those as well. We'll ask them to bring
Okay.
extra. I think what would be good to do, Kim, I mean, we're a long way off from Philadelphia, I realize, and
Yeah.
August is going to come first, and that's not as big a deal, but we should just get familiar with the computers you have and make sure they're going to fit the bill. I'm sure they will, but so we know what kind of
So,
cables.
yeah, so along those lines, does it matter? Do you have a preference if it's a Mac or a PC?
Doesn't matter, right, fellas? Doesn't matter.
Preferably a computer with a full-size HDMI port.
Did you hear that, Kim?
Okay.
If you have an HDMI out, that helps a lot. Yeah,
You're not an adapter, right?
correct. If your computer actually has a built-in, my PC had one, but my Macs do not.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be a PC because all the new Macs, in which we have new Macs, so they all do not have a HDMI portal, so.
all,
A designated PC. So we would need that a designated PC at each location that had an HDMI or just at the second location?
Well, so I mean, for Philadelphia, we've got the laptops covered, but yeah, if we're doing 2 locations, because you'd have to have people there anyway, right? You're gonna have people to field questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And am I correct? I told these guys in my email that in the second location, the camera's probably in the front of the room so that it can pick up people asking questions.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'm thinking, just thinking ahead, so all of the number 1 locations are confirmed, okay?
Mhm.
For the number 2 location, I was, looking at, I'm in the process of, trying to figure out what the number 2 locations are gonna be. And I was looking at restaurants because the number 1 location is gonna have an average of 75 people, and the number 2 location is gonna have an average of 25 to 30 people. So I was gonna look at restaurants with really nice, private meeting rooms. But now I'm wondering, do you think we, make sure that we have the best Wi-Fi connection? You think I'm better off going with a hotel, a small meeting room in a hotel?
Right, well, definitely that's an issue, and if we can get hardwired connection, like a line drop,
Yeah.
that's preferable to Wi-Fi. Just another thing that can go
Okay.
wrong.
At both locations, right?
Correct, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Both locations, you want to have that.
Okay,
And if they start saying they've got great Wi-Fi and we could use it, okay, let's see it. Let's see a speed test on your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, okay.
We've done that before. We did that in. I'm talking to Jason, so we did that in Staten Island.
Yeah,
And what was our result there?
I don't recall.
But it wasn't what they said.
It wasn't, no, it was all.
yeah, I remember.
But it was okay.
It's worth asking, if they've done live streams before and if they've had issues. Because until you
Okay.
start pushing out video for 20 minutes or an hour, you don't know if there's a firewall. That's why when we get on site, we usually test early in the day to troubleshoot any potential issues.
Yeah, okay. I will add that to my list of questions. But no, I think this is good. I like it. I think gonna work well.
Yeah, I mean, I got a few things to work out logistics wise, but I think we've got a plan anyway. And
Yeah,
one,
now for the August 24th meeting, that is just gonna be, I'm not sure if live streamed is the right word, I think it is.
it is, yeah,
To a non, just anyone on their individual computers.
correct, yeah. In other words, just as I sent you a link, you would
Mhm.
provide that link to people who want to join the stream, tell them the time. We push it out live and,
Sounds good. Okay.
and that'll be Jeff, by the
They'll
way.
experience the 20-second delay too, but they're not gonna even realize that they're just 1 second delay.
Yeah, they'll have no idea. For them, it'll be like
Yeah.
real time.
Got it. All right.
And Jeff's the guy who's handling your August 24th meeting. And there was some talk, Kim, about whether I need to be at each of these sites, so I just want to put that out there, that the plan was not to be, that I was gonna just sort of,
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, we're planning on you not to be. I mean, I feel, so I'll be there. John Eller, who's pretty slobby with, this kind of stuff, will be there. We will, anyone who's doing, and I'm gonna probably do the number 2 locations, because I think that's gonna be a little bit more challenging, so it'll be myself and someone else, so we'll both make sure that we're at the Philadelphia, we'll probably be in the New Jersey location, just so we can see how that, I mean, we'll have people in Philadelphia, but I'm thinking that myself and it's this other guy, Rich, is gonna be traveling to the number 2 locations. We'll make sure that we're in the New Jersey location so that we can, figure out what to do in that scenario.
right.
Well, I'm not figure out what to do, learn what to do. You already, we'll have to figure it out. We're just gonna learn.
Yes,
Okay.
Jason's laughing at you saying I'll have it all. I will
I was
have it all.
laughing at your pause.
Well, you'll at least pretend that you do.
That's exactly right, Kim. Thank you for putting that in.
I'll know what to do, Kim, if I'm there.
Jason and I will both be there in Philadelphia. We'll both pretend that we know what we're doing.
There you go. Hey,
And everybody will be
that's
happy.
the biggest thing. We have to just act like we're in control and we know what we're doing.
Yeah, by the way, Kim, this is a channel I set up on my YouTube channel for
Okay.
Plexus Multimedia, multiple myeloma live stream. I mean,
Okay.
is that workable for you? I mean, I don't know that anybody's.
Yeah. Oh, Chris, I gotta grab this call. I'm getting surgery tomorrow and they're gonna call me with the time. Let me
Ooh.
grab this.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought she just said August 24th. It was only the live stream. Does she still, is there a second location for that event?
No, dude. We just needed you to test for what Jason's got to do on the 20th.
Okay.
September.
So
24th, you're just going one direction. You are going to live stream. There's going to be live stream.
it's just going to go out. It's just going out.
Just going out, right? There's no two-way. So that
Got
should
it.
be
Okay. All right.
pretty easy, but still same setup. So 2 computers.
Kim Lynch.
Hold on, she's back. Hey, Kim.
Sorry, Chris. Oh my gosh, I'm having surgery tomorrow. I have a kidney stone that is stuck. And
Oh,
I know.
guess what I was in the ER for 2 weeks ago.
Huh?
Guess what I was in the ER for 2 weeks ago. I just came back from the doctor today. No.
Did you pass it?
I hope so. I don't know. I mean, I was talking to the doctor today. The people in the ER said, oh yeah, it's gonna make the whole journey. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be unbelievably terrible. Because the pain was unbelievable, Ken, like unbelievable.
Yeah, I passed a couple already.
But they said that it's not uncommon for the stones to break up. And I think I may have been passed it in sediment form,
Yeah,
I definitely haven't passed it
a big stone.
in one big whole spiky ball of grief.
Yeah.
But oh my God, Kim,
I'm glad that you haven't, because I have passed them like that.
Oh.
Like, going around in pain.
it's unbelievable, Kim. The worst pain I've ever had in my life. As I told somebody, I said, when you stub your toe, that first shot of pain, Like if you,
Yeah.
if you take that, dial it down by like 10 or 15%, and then have it last forever.
Extended the time, I know.
Like 5 hours, 5 hours. I was falling down. I was like close to tears. I'm saying, would you please give me something? Give me, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm paying the $400 deductible. Give me some drugs right now.
You just want to be knocked out. I don't know that.
I did, that's why-
Yeah.
Just please knock me out. Like, I can't take this, knock me out.
Yeah. And the
So
first,
I have an issue. So I had some kind of congenital defect in one of my ureters.
right,
So on the left side, and the kidney stone gets stuck in the top of it. And I've had sepsis twice from it.
Oh,
This
wow.
past December, I had sepsis from it. And they cleared it up in December, and now in March, I had another one, and it's been stuck in there since March. And they gave me medication, everything, to try to get it, but it's stuck, and it's not gonna come out. So now I have to get a total of 3 surgeries. The first is tomorrow.
oh dear.
5:30 a.m.
I'm sorry you're going through that. But rest assured,
Yeah, you feel the pain, right?
I do. Rest assured, your video crew is going to be working
All right.
to give you good results,
Okay.
regardless of your surgery, which will go fine.
As I drift off into, I'm just like happy. I can't wait to be knocked out for a little while. Obviously, so I don't know how long the surgery lasts, but I'll be out of pain while that's happening.
So I think I was getting onto the point about the YouTube thing. And I think I can set it up on your site. I think the reason I didn't is YouTube takes 24 hours to make live streaming available. So I think it was just still setting that up for your site.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care either way, whatever. If you want to set it up on yours, we don't mind. I don't think we mind either way.
Well, if you don't mind, it's fine. Then we're good to go. And if we can
Yeah.
change, it says Plexus multiple myeloma live stream. We can change that title. I'm not sure I can change that it says MedX Media. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
that's perfectly fine. I
Okay.
don't mind that at all.
I sound like a generic.
The watermark.
Yeah.
That I
yeah,
can take off.
definitely.
Oh,
It
you
makes
can
us look
give
professional,
it paid a little extra.
like we actually don't try to do it ourselves, which we don't there. but-
Right.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can just leave it there if it's easier.
Okay. All right. So I know what I have to do. There are some bits and pieces I'm gonna have to work out, with the various AV companies to make sure we're covered, but nothing seems, beyond the realm of what's possible.
Sounds good. I guess I'll talk to you at 3:15.
Is it 3:15? It's not 3? I've got time.
He got back to us. and
Oh,
said
right. You
he
pushed it to
needed
3:15.
3:15,
That's
and then
good. Yeah.
We were like, that's probably better because we didn't know how long you were gonna be doing this. Just a reminder too, I don't have to do any kind of opening remarks. My CME they don't have any kind of, intro to the presenter. It's just-
All right. This is the first post pure audience.
Yeah, first
Okay.
one.
All right.
I mean, I was Hartford. We have such a great relationship with them. Like, for
Did she give you any
15 years
explanation? Did you talk?
Crazy.
Did she give you any explanation? Did you talk to Beth? I mean, what?
Yeah, I talked to Lisa. So, there so many people now are just going, digital with their programs and everything's online and all, and it's just becoming, I guess, clinicians are just inundated. So, it's becoming harder and harder for them to reach, we have a very specific audience. It has to be an oncology audience.
Right.
So, and a lot of other companies do, have specific audiences, and it's just becoming tougher and tougher for them to, whatever the amounts are they contract with, like completers, is becoming more difficult. And Lisa said I was the first person she told outside of the company that, basically she put her foot in her mouth, because she went to, there are like many companies.
Oh, no, yeah, of course.
Kind of conglomerate money companies, but she went to the management and said, like, we're not meeting like our goals, and she complained about it enough times trying to get them to do something, about it. I guess he had some suggestions, and instead they came back and said, well, look, if we're not meeting our goals, we don't want to jeopardize our reputation. We're closing off the company. So they're finishing out any existing projects. So Lisa left. She's done. She left already like a week ago. She basically just took kind of a semi-retirement for a little while. And Beth I don't know, I think as of June 30th from our ag or whatever day, Beth is going to one of their other companies. And then they have a new person there, Vanessa. She's staying on by herself and finishing up the existing contracts.
Right, all right,
So at least that's how it was told to me. So
all right. Yeah, I was really surprised, but I get it.
yeah, me too.
All right, Kim, I'm gonna let you go.
right.
Unless there's anything else you want us to show you, but I think we have our game plan together.
Sounds good. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Kim. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Jeff,
Yeah.
I think we're good, right?
Yeah, I'm still not clear on exactly what I need to do. I mean, I know how to shoot the thing. You'll just have to fill me in when you iron it all
Right, so,
out,
I
what
mean-
you want me to do at the location.
Right, so I mean, what I want you to do at the location is to have your A10 mini available.
Okay,
And we're gonna split the feed from the projector that the presenter is using, not projector, the laptop the presenter is using. We're gonna split that feed and you're gonna put the PowerPoint as a separate feed into the A10.
okay,
We have PowerPoint in two, and
yep. And the
And that
camera
way-
into one, and the camera into one.
right, and then as Kim said, we'll just do for the stream, for the didactic, for the lecture, which is all you're doing, we can just do picture in picture. And then when he opens it up to Q&A, you could just turn the picture in picture off and go full screen camera.
Am I generating the picture in picture with the ATEM? Just
Yeah.
put it in, okay,
And I
Is
kind
that
of
what
like,
you were
that's what I was doing, yeah, upper right corner.
okay, got it, yeah,
Uh,
yep, yep, okay, that's the ATEM doing it.
Yeah, why did because I didn't turn it on, okay, like that.
Got it. Yeah, I know how to do that. I play with that all the time. Never had a chance to use it, so that's fine. How do I, if it's HDMI, how do I split that signal? Should I get I don't have an HDMI splitter.
No, I'm gonna get the signal split for you. So the AV company is gonna be responsible for running an HDMI cable
To the
to
projector.
switcher with the
Okay.
signal.
All right, cool.
That's gonna be on them.
And the laptop with the ATM mini right next to it will be right there by my camera.
Correct.
Okay, good, perfect. That's how I set it up for Zoom things all the time. So all sounds good.
All right.
And
man.
I have monitors and all that kind of stuff. So
I have no doubt, dude. That's why I was very happy that you could do this first one. Because at least that one's gonna go well, I know.
yeah, okay.
And of course,
Good.
Jason too. It's all the other clowns out there that I mean, I know somebody probably in every city at this point, but
No, I think it's a good plan. That all makes total sense to me now that I understand what you're doing and seen it. So
all right.
no problem.
All right, bud. Thank you. Send me a
All right.
bill.
Now, should I send you a bill? Are you charging for it for sure?
Yeah, we said 500, right?
Yep.
You
Okay.
thought that was fair? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna bill her for it. Absolutely.
Okay, good. All right,
Had to
thank
get
you.
done.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, Jeff had all his cameras stolen recently.
What? Out of your car or what?
He was on a shoot.
No, corporate shoot,
company.
left them in a corporate headquarters overnight.
Oh, you left him there overnight.
Inside job. Super secure building, had to have a badge to open up every door with a little beep, and
That
should have been
sucks.
fine. And it was a 4-day job. They didn't want us loading in, loading out every day.
Right.
Oh, yeah, don't
people-
load it. Don't bother loading anything. Just leave your stuff here. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep an eye
I
on
will
it.
never, ever leave my cameras again with the lenses. I will take,
Yeah.
I'll leave everything else, but I will take those, but this is the first time in 30 years, so what can I say? You know,
I
guess
hope
as
the
you
insurance
go-
company is gonna take care of you.
They took care of most of it. The problem is you can't physically get equipment right now due to the supply chain issues.
Exactly, exactly.
So I got
Oh,
one
man.
FX9, but I have not gotten my second one, which I really need because most of my jobs are 2-camera shoots like that, but that's life. We've replaced almost everything else, so it's all working out.
Well, that's good.
But I am cash poor right now because of course we bought a couple things more expensive than what they were. Because it was my chance to upgrade for like, you know, almost nothing, but the almost nothing hits your budget like when you don't
Yeah.
expect it. But anyway, it's like I upgraded all my lenses from a couple different brands to all Sony lenses because on the FX9 they work better. So that costs a little bit more money, but it's in the long run, it's a good thing. So anyway.
Yeah, you should be good for the next 10 years anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, okay, guys. Well, thank you
All right,
very
man.
much. It was great working
Thank
with
you.
you. Nice to see you, Chris.
Yeah,
And Jason,
likewise.
good luck with all the rest of these. I feel for you.
All right, thanks.
All right.
All right. Take care, Chris. Stay in